North Korea's Kim Jong-un has been named Marshal of its army. The country's top military rank sees the young leader cementing his grip on power. Can Ban Ki-moon turn the tide in his favor? The UN chief is in China seeking support for tougher action on Syria. And 2 workers dead and 8 others injured after an accident at a construction site for Singapore's downtown train line. Hello, I'm Dawn Tan. Welcome to the Asia Today. Korea's young leader Kim Jong-un has been named Marshal of the Army, the country's top military rank. The move cements his grip on power. North Korean state media made the announcement this morning. Mr. Kim's new title completes his elevation following the death of his father and former leader Kim Jong-il in December. The title of Marshal was previously held by Kim Jong-un's father and grandfather. The new leader already heads the Workers' Party of Korea and is the first chairman of the National Defense Commission. Mr. Kim's promotion also places him above six military leaders who hold the rank of Vice Marshal. Our Korea Bureau Chief Lim San-yuk has more.
Analysts in Seoul are saying that the timing seems to be very significant as it comes following the latest shakeup in the North Korean military. Now, on Monday, we saw the Vice Marshal Lee Young-ho, who was chief of the military's general staff and one of the highest members of the Workers' Party, being removed from all his posts. And then yesterday, quite an unknown figure, Hyun Young-chol, was promoted to Vice Marshal. And so it is possible that some in the military may not have been happy with these changes, the recent shakeups in the military. And so this is a strong message being sent to those people that, Kim Jong-un is in full control now and that he is the highest person, not just in North Korea, but also the 1 million North Korean army.
United Nations Chief Ban Ki-moon has met China's President Hu Jintao as he seeks to press Chinese leaders to back tougher measures to stop the violence in Syria. Mr. Ban is officially in Beijing to attend a China-Africa summit, but his visit comes hours ahead of a UN Security Council showdown over a resolution threatening sanctions against the regime of Syria's President Bashar al-Assad. Mr. Ban is also scheduled to meet other top Chinese leaders, including Vice President Xi Jinping, who is set to become China's president next year. Mr. Ban already urged Beijing to use its influence to back a peace plan by UN Arab League envoy Kofi Annan. China has blocked previous efforts to sanction Syria. Channel News Asia's East Asia Bureau Chief Maria Xiao explains why Mr. Ban's attempt to persuade China over Syria remains an uphill battle.
That have pressured Syrian leader Assad to step down. The official People's Daily newspaper even ran a commentary on Tuesday strongly opposing taking any force against Syria, arguing that the only way out is a political resolution. The commentary also argued that sovereignty and non-interference in the domestic affairs of another country is important and is a red line that should not be crossed. But with the latest violence in the country, it is.
And fighting rages on in the Syrian capital, Damascus. Government forces have battled rebels for a third day. It's an escalation in the most serious fighting in the capital since the revolt began last year. Amateur video purports to show helicopter gunships flying over the city. Other footage shows troops and armored personnel carriers on the streets of Damascus. But neither side appeared able to deliver a decisive blow. The fierce clashes are a sign that the civil war is moving ever closer to the heart of President Assad's regime. The Syrian opposition now says it expects the embattled leader to flee Damascus in the coming days. In Singapore, 2 workers have died in an accident at a construction site for the downtown train line. Rescue workers are now trying to extricate the bodies of the 2 workers who died. 8 other workers suffered minor injuries. The accident happened when an underground scaffolding collapsed at the site at the junction of Victoria Street and Rocho Road. The Land Transport Authority says the accident happened at about 6:50 this morning. The scaffolding was about 4 meters high. The 8 who were injured were working on top of the structure to build a subway link roof for the new downtown line Bugis station. The existing Bugis station is not affected. The LTA says it will do whatever it can to help the families of the 2 who died in the accident. It says the structure of the downtown line's Bugis station is almost complete and structurally sound. It says the incident poses no risk to surrounding developments and the public.
Currently, the structure of this station is very safe, station. But as a precaution, we got many work sites in our downtown line project. We are asking our engineers to check to ensure that they are safe.
The Building and Construction Authority has revoked the construction permit for the downtown line Bugis Junction Linkway site while investigations are underway. It says the collapse is localized and there are no structural safety concerns over the surrounding buildings and the road above. Channel News Asia's Dylan Lowe has been at the site of the accident and gave us this update.
It's a fire truck pulled up beside me and it's pouring water into the works of the construction site. Now that just gives you a sense of the scale of operations that is happening over here at this place. What's happening is that they've recovered the 2 workers who have been found dead, and the 2 workers were submerged completely in cement. Now that gives you a sense of how difficult it is to find the workers, and it took 2 hours to find the workers. They found the first one at 10:40 a.m. and another one at 12:45, so 2 hours apart from each other, but the workers were just 1 meter away from each other. That's the kind of cement that was poured upon them. The workers were completely submerged. And civil defense officers...
China's state media report that Russia has detained 36 Chinese fishermen and seized 2 ships for entering an exclusive economic zone in the Primorsky region. Xinhua news agency says that 1 ship has been detained at the port of Nakoda and the other is heading there. Xinhua quotes Russian media as saying that a Coast Guard vessel fired warning shots. It then reportedly opened fire at one of the ships, which has been fishing for squid. None of the Chinese fishermen were hurt. The 2 ships are from Weihai City in China's Shandong province. Russia's Coast Guard has previously fired on Chinese ships and detained them for poaching fish, but such confrontations are rare. Thanks, Weidu. Repercussions and pledges of reform after banking giant HSBC is accused of giving terrorists and drug dealers access to the US financial system. And another good reason to get active, a study finds that a couch potato lifestyle can kill. And the headlines this hour: North Korea's young leader Kim Jong-un has been named Marshal of the Army, the country's top military rank. The move cements his grip on power. Mr. Kim's new title completes his elevation following the death of his father and former leader Kim Jong-il in December. Mr. Kim's promotion also places him above 6 military leaders who hold the rank of Vice Marshal. And it comes after the country's top general was removed on Sunday. United Nations Chief Ban Ki-moon is seeking to press China's leaders to back tougher measures to stop the violence in Syria. Mr. Ban held talks with China's President Hu Jintao. The UN chief is officially in Beijing to attend a China-Africa summit, but his visit comes hours ahead of a UN Security Council showdown over a resolution threatening sanctions against the regime of Syria's President Bashar al-Assad. In Singapore, 2 workers have died in an accident at a construction site for the downtown train line. The accident happened when an underground scaffolding collapsed at the site. Reports say the first body has been extricated and rescue workers are still trying to pull out the second victim. 8 other workers suffered minor injuries. You're watching Channel News Asia.